who is the most regressed 49er this season? Who regressed more than anyone else? Is this obvious?
I think I'll take the low hanging fruit and say Mike Mcglinchey. I know he's someone that we've all been beating up on a little bit, and it's particularly in pass blocking. I do want to say this: Mike Mcglinchey has been above average, in my opinion, as a run blocker this year, and even though he's undersized, pass blocking regression has been eye popping and very concerning from him.
You can't say Mike Mcglinchey. Everyone has to say someone different.
I'm saying someone different. This is a player that I wanted to lock up to an extension before the season. When Grant was begging for Jamal Adams, I wanted to lock up Jaquiski Tart.
You're right.
I really wanted them to re-sign Tart, and I still think he's a talented player, and I think he's going to be a good player for another team next year. I just think he didn't have the season that Eric Armstead and Jimmy Ward did in their contract years that Tart probably would have liked to have this year.
So I would like to say Dante Pettis, but I think a lot of that comes that his quarterback doesn't like him and his head coach doesn't like him as well.
He's a New York Giant too. I mean,
and he's a New York Giant as well. So I'm going to go with DJ Jones. It's weird because I just said Kevin Givens, but DJ Jones because he's someone like what Mav said with Tart. DJ Jones is someone I said was the 49ers just sign him now before he gets expensive after the end of the season. But looking how the season has played out, DJ Jones still probably set to make $5 million with another team. I don't think 49ers match that. But he's not doing really anything special. He showed us flashes last season where we're like, oh my God, he's a monster. And then once he got hurt and he was out for the rest of the season, we were just like, oh man, it sucks. We don't have DJ Jones no more. DJ Jones missed last game because he was on the COVID list. And did any of us say, man, we wish DJ Jones was on the field? I don't think we did.
I thought Darren Daniels looked good.
He did.
So I'm going to say DJ Jones not taking that step. Yes, it's tough after injury. I'll give him that slack. But the fact you didn't take that step, DJ Jones.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'm changing my answer since I can't use Mcglinchey. I'm going to go with Armstead.
Okay.
10 sacks last year. Let's compare Solomon Thomas's season last year to Eric Armstead's season this year.
Oh no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Okay.
I mean, sack-wise, they're comparable.
Yeah, they are. Hold on. Let me get the numbers. Okay, talk amongst yourself.
Let's pull that up because Solomon gets all this gruff, and everybody says, people are hard on Solomon because he was drafted early. So was Armstead, and he just got paid. So if you're going to crush Solomon, you need to be crushing Armstead right now.
Armstead has 1.5 sacks. Solomon had 2 last year. 2.
What about
Armstead is on a lot bigger contract this year.
Honestly, Armstead and Solomon Thomas have the exact same football card except for 2019 for Eric Armstead. That's basically the difference. I mean, Armstead's a better player. If you watch the tape, you can see the impact, but still, in terms of raw numbers, same career except for one season. That's a really good point. I was going to put him there.
I think the narrative with Armstead is he's getting paid as someone who should be rushing the passer. He's been outstanding as far as like a run defender. He's been great. He was really good last game against the Rams, but that's not what his pay scale says. His pay scale says you should be getting 10 sacks every season. And I think that's why we're critical, because if the 49ers paid him that pay scale, that means they thought the same thing and they're not getting that production.
It's the same reason we've been harping on Jimmy Ward. And it's the same reason and that's why the last game for him was so big, because he finally made the impact that he needs to make to justify the contract. And, if he continues to play like that, then he'll be the winner of the most improved 49er this season. He needs to do it for more than one game, but he's now in the running because this award hasn't been given out officially yet. It'll be official when we give out the trophies at the end of the season. We have trophies. All right.
I'll add this too on Armstead. I believe he's 6'7". If he's 6'7", he should be knocking down more passes too. I'd like to see him batting more balls down to the line of scrimmage. Okay,
my turn. I'm going to say a couple of guys. One guy real quick, Laken Tomlinson. Everyone always gives him a lot of credit. I think he won the Niners McKittrick Award last year for the best offense. I think he did. He's not good either. He's just as bad as everyone else except for Trent Williams. He kind of goes under the radar. Laken Tomlinson, not good. And he's getting a lot of money. And then finally, maybe it's not fair, Jimmy Garoppolo. I know we got hurt. I know he hasn't been healthy, but he was healthy week 1. And there were expectations that he was going to take that year 2 leap like Matt Ryan. And that did not happen. I mean, not even close. And there are a lot of reasons for that. Who knows what the reasons are? But the expectations were here. He came in like way underneath them. Some of it's his fault. Some of it isn't. James Garoppolo the first. Biggest regression.
The one thing on Lake and Tomlinson, at least, I think is it's a big issue that, I mean, it's been a revolving door around him, at least. I'd like to see, and left tackle having Trent Williams slow to start the season and then missing that one game. I would like to see what he does next season if they bring Trent Williams back in a full season with him and then more of a consistent answer at center. But he probably was the best, maybe the second best offensive lineman on the team last year. And this year, he by default is the second best offensive lineman, but it's not like he's winning that award, like you said.
Tony, Kevin Wang wants a health tip. I think he needs an enema. How about that?
Drink water first thing in the morning, especially if you're a coffee drinker. There's my health tip.
There you go, Kevin. Straight from Tony. There you go. And try an enema. It couldn't hurt.